In the world of business, knowledge isn't just power, it's your unfair advantage. This is Momentum, your deep dive into the books that shape the world's most successful leaders. Let's begin.
Let me ask you a question that might feel a little uncomfortable. Are you exhausted from being good?
That's a strange question, right? We're programmed to chase good. Good grades, a good job, a good quarterly report. But think about your business or your career right now. You are putting in the hours. You are checking all the boxes. You are competent, reliable, and solid.
Exactly. But despite all that effort, do you feel like you're actually breaking through? Or does it feel like you're just running on a treadmill, moving fast, sweating hard, but staying in exactly the same place?
It is incredibly frustrating. You look at the market leaders, the industry icons, the people who seem to operate on a completely different frequency, and you wonder, what is the secret sauce? What did they know that I don't?
And here is the brutal truth that keeps most ambitious professionals awake at night. The biggest obstacle to reaching that next level isn't failure. It isn't incompetence.
No, the biggest obstacle to becoming great is being good. When you settle for good, you stop hunting for the transformative shift. You get comfortable, and comfort is where ambition goes to die.
So the question isn't, how do I fix what's broken? The question is, how do you take a machine that is working perfectly fine and turn it into something that is absolutely unstoppable?
But what if there was a formula for that? What if the leap from competent to world-class wasn't about luck or charisma, but about physics? This is the core question explored in the modern business classic, Good to Great, by Jim Collins.
Jim Collins didn't just guess at the answers. He and his team spent 5 years analyzing over 1,400 companies. They were looking for the unicorns, the companies that were average for 15 years and then suddenly made a transition to 15 years of sustained market-crushing greatness.
And out of 1,400 companies, do you know how many made the cut? 11. Just 11.
That is startling. But what they found in those 11 companies wasn't a celebrity CEO or a flashy new technology. They found a framework. And the centerpiece of that framework is something Collins calls the hedgehog concept.
I love this concept. It's based on an ancient Greek parable. The fox knows many things, but the hedgehog knows one big thing. The fox is smart and cunning. It tries a million different strategies to catch the hedgehog. It attacks, it stalks, it races.
But the hedgehog? It just does one thing perfectly. It rolls into a ball of sharp spikes. Every time the fox attacks, it loses. The hedgehog wins not by being flashier, but being absolutely focused on its singular strength.
In business, Collins argues that the good to great companies found their hedgehog concept by answering 3 intersecting questions. 1, what are you deeply passionate about? 2, what drives your economic engine? And 3, this is the big one, what can you be the best in the world at?
Not what can you be good at. What can you be the best at? To illustrate this, let's look at Walgreens. 40 years ago, they were just another average drugstore. They were competing with Eckerd, another chain that was arguably good.
Right. Eckerd was the fox. They were jumping at every opportunity. They bought a video rental chain. They bought a candy company. They had no identity. They just wanted growth. They were scattered.
Walgreens, however, acted like the hedgehog. They looked at those 3 circles and realized, we aren't a candy company. We aren't a video store. We can be the best in the world at one thing, convenient drugstores.
That sounds boring, right? But it was revolutionary. They stripped away everything that didn't fit that definition. They focused entirely on high-traffic locations. They pioneered the drive-through pharmacy. Their goal wasn't to be the biggest, it was to be the most convenient.
They realized their economic engine wasn't profit per store, but profit per customer visit. By focusing relentlessly on that intersection, passion for service, profit per visit, and being the best at convenience, they created a flywheel effect.
While Eckerd was running around trying to be everything to everyone, eventually fading into obscurity, Walgreens became an institution. They outperformed the general stock market by a factor of 15. That is the power of the hedgehog concept. It's the discipline to say no to good opportunities so you can say yes to the one great opportunity.
It really forces you to look in the mirror. You have to ask yourself, in my career or in my business, am I playing the fox? Am I scattering my energy? Or do I have the courage to find my hedgehog concept and double down on it?
That focus is the ignition switch. But here's the catch, Ryan. You can have the perfect hedgehog concept, you can have the best strategy in the world, and you will still fail miserably if you don't have the right engine powering it.
Exactly. This core idea of the hedgehog is a game changer, but honestly, it is just the starting point. It's the what. But Good to Great argues that the who actually comes first.
That's right. In the full 18-minute deep dive of this book, we break down the concept of level 5 leadership. It is shocking because it contradicts everything we think we know about powerful leaders. It turns out the best CEOs aren't the loud, charismatic ones.
We also unpack the Stockdale Paradox, a mental model for surviving a crisis that is absolutely critical for any leader navigating today's volatile economy. And we explain the flywheel effect, which shows you how to build momentum that eventually builds itself.
You cannot afford to miss the first who, then what principle. If you are trying to implement a strategy without the right people on the bus, as Collins puts it, you are already driving off a cliff.
These are the details that separate a nice theory from real-world revenue results. If you are ready to stop being just good and make the leap, you need the full toolkit.
Click the link in the show notes to unlock the premium summary. Let's get you the specific steps to build your own flywheel.
See you in the deep dive.